Well, the real JV Jones is here this evening with Morgan Holland. I just want to thank you so much for coming by to visit us in our studio. And let me tell you, everybody, you're going to love this young lady. I'm going to let her tell you all about herself, but you are in for such a treat. I need you to sit back, listen, and make sure you pay attention, okay? Just not only listen, but pay attention. But anyway, thank you so much. And look, tell us about, let me see that wonderful book. Oh,
The
my
Merge,
goodness.
Love Yourself to Freedom.
Yes.
This is book one in a trilogy. Book two is already done. It'll be out in 2 months.
Okay.
In January.
All right. I love
And
it.
three comes out in June. So
Love Yourself to Freedom. The
Yes.
title alone is amazing. So, but I'm going to let her tell you all about it and all about herself. So, who is Morgan Holland?
Okay. So my name is Morgan B Holland. I am a life coach and an author.
Okay.
I recently, well, I guess it's been a little over a year. In 2017, I left my job to go full time in my business and to write The Merge, Love Yourself to Freedom. And since then, my life has been moving very quickly. Once I decided to follow my inner guidance, follow my authentic voice, and live life on my terms. And so that initial shift, it came about when actually I lost my cousin in 2012,
Okay.
tragically. And it was difficult every winter, every holiday, and every birthday.
Yes.
It was really difficult. And this happened for about 4 years. And then it got to the point where I sat down and I asked myself, like, what is it, Morgan? What is it that's keeping you, so sad and keeping you in this cycle? And it was like, I missed him. However, it was that I missed that validation, that understanding, that connection that I had with him.
Okay.
And I said, I can't go on like this. And I decided to give that validation and connection, that understanding to myself. And so when I decided to love myself, that's when the healing came, and that's when the freedom came, and that's when everything changed. So just writing this book, it was extremely therapeutic. And
Love the cover.
it's and it's great. See, the cover, it's a woman who is healing herself. You know, if you go to church or someone lays hands on you to bless you and to speak over you, and so that's what she's doing. She's speaking
Yeah.
over herself.
I like that.
And once you fall in love with yourself, that's a love affair you don't have to question. When you meet people, it's like, is this person the one, or are they going to reciprocate what I'm doing? But when it comes to yourself, you can go hard. You can love yourself nonstop all the time. And what I learned was that not only do I have to love myself and give myself love, but I had to learn how to receive it. And that was the second part. And that really came along when I wrote
That's
book
interesting.
2,
Learn how to
Receiving
receive the love.
Because
Yes.
a lot of givers have a problem just receiving in general. And so that was the case for me. So when I was loving myself, sometimes I would feel unworthy, And like, for instance, if you work nonstop to give yourself a day off, sometimes people can't do it. They're like, I need to do this, I need to do that. So you're giving yourself a day off, but you're not appreciating it. You're not receiving it and using it. So that was the second part of learning to love yourself.
Do you run into a lot of people? I'm assuming that you're focusing mostly on women.
Yes, so someone actually did a review on it, and they called it Fiction Women Empowerment. So it's not a self-help book. However, it has tips and techniques so that you can apply it to your life.
Okay.
But you see a character making those choices and living it out.
Okay.
Because you know how some books, they give you steps, and then you have to figure out how to apply it. But in this book, it shows you how to apply it.
Great.
Yeah, and you know how cinema works. You have a beautiful story, but they always give you little subliminal messages, right? That's what they do with commercials and TV shows, and it's a similar thing with the book.
So, I don't think I'm wrong, but I see a movie coming out of
And
this.
that's what,
I really do.
speaking, because
And
that's
so
how
I
I
know,
really feel.
yeah. I mean, and we have to speak these things into existence.
Yes.
Call her. She's ready to do the movies, guys.
Yes, I have 3
But
books
yeah,
already.
yeah. No, I think it's great. I mean, it just, you think about 50 Shades of whatever the name, Gray,
Yeah.
Gray, and all those different movies. But they all came from a book, and
Right.
it came from, like you say, several, and they just started making them, and
Yes.
they're awesome.
And you're
You
seeing it
know,
more and
yeah.
more, books to movies, books to TV shows.
So yeah, I think this is a good one. Tyler Perry, call us.
And it's another narrative of African American life. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I love
And
it.
that's what we need is different types of narratives.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like one narrative is worse or one's better than the other. It's just we need options so we can see different things, different representation. You know?
Yeah, and I think a lot of us need to love ourselves. I think a lot of us don't even realize we're not loving ourselves, and that's a bigger issue. So sometimes we may think we got it all together, and we'll read your book and be like, maybe I don't quite have it all
It
together.
makes you question yourself, which is good because sometimes we haven't questioned ourselves in a while. We've been doing the same thing, and we're like, this is how we do it. And we haven't questioned ourselves.
Exactly.
And that's what it does. But it's a good type of questioning of yourself.
I think
It's
I
good.
think it's a good thing, and if it's interesting and keeps you engaged, because a lot of times with certain books, it'll talk about certain things, but you just don't stay engaged.
Yeah, so that's the beauty. If you are really on this self-love journey, you're going to get a lot.
Okay.
Let's say you're not. It's just entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertaining.
Okay.
So it's for all levels.
Gotcha.
You know how someone can watch a movie and then it's like Game of Thrones. They can see
Okay.
the deep meaning in it, and then somebody else just like the fight scenes.
Gotcha.
But they're both enjoying the show. So that's similar to the book.
So I'm going to hit you with a question because that's what I do. So you said that, you've basically been what the book is about. You've transformed, you've discovered things. How has it changed you in relationships?
Well,
Not to say that you have permanent ones, but just,
No.
how you're engaging with
everything
men.
changes. When the way you look at life changes, then your life changes.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started properly loving myself, and it's an ongoing journey. So I say I'm a verb, not a noun, because I'm constantly growing
like
and
that.
constantly,
I'm a
changing
verb,
and
not a
evolving.
noun.
My relationships got better and healthier. Some relationships were shorter, and I was okay with that. I would meet people, learn my lesson, and move on. Would not be upset if it didn't last because I got what I needed from that.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's not meant to be in your life for the whole time. And so I was okay with that. But once you start loving yourself, then you're aware of how you're going to be loved by others. So people are in relationships. They love each other equally, or someone loves them more, but never does someone love you less. Because
that.
you don't allow it.
That's right.
So if someone's loving you less, that shows how you love yourself. So
Like that.
loving yourself is the meter of how other people love you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the best investment I ever made. And
Wow.
I have big student loans. So but that was the best investment.
And a lot of us do. That is great. Tell people how they can follow you, how they can buy the book, all that good stuff.
Yes, okay. The book is on Amazon. My website is themergebook.com, and you can find me on Facebook as well as Instagram at author Morgan, B as in boy, Holland.
That is terrific. Do you do any blogging to talk to people about certain subjects and things that, that are dear to you?
This is amazing. Yes, so I
do it.
recently had produced a list of the different issues that's tackled in the book.
Okay.
And I'll be blogging them on themergebook.com and also on my YouTube channel.
There you
the
go.
Mergebook YouTube channel. That's right on time.
See, we're thinking alike here. I
Yes.
love it. I love it. So, guys, I need all of you to go and order this book. I want you to take another look at the cover. And the interesting part about it is her embracing her head. And I don't think I've ever seen a book that does that. Yeah. And that's very interesting. It told me a lot just from looking at the cover. But, The Merge, love yourself to freedom. And then move this J.V. Jones. Merge. The Merge. Love yourself to freedom. I think a lot of us think we have it all together, and maybe after reading this book, you might discover that maybe you just don't. And I'm going to put myself in that category as well. I mean, I think there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, you never stop growing.
We're all work in progress. I think we become really stagnant when we don't think that there's any need for improvement. There's always need for improvement. If you are climbing to the next level, there has to be some improvement, and some change. So I think the fact that you even knew that you needed to write this because that helped you improve you.
Yes. I looked at my life and the path that I was on. You know, you go to school, you get your degree, you work this job, and then you stay here, then you retire. And I didn't enjoy what I was doing. And I said I have one life, and my cousin's was cut so short. So I knew tomorrow wasn't promised. So I said I'm going to give it my all. Doesn't work out. I dust out the degrees, get a job, and we're going to work it for 6 to 9 months and start over. And give it all up.
Those jobs will always be there.
Yeah.
I hate to say it like that, but yeah. And you know what? That in itself is freedom, because a lot of people talk about, they're going to leave their job and they're going to do this and do that. But you said, you know what? I'm going to do it. Yeah. And so, guys, you need to follow her, because if you're at the point now where you're kind of thinking about that, then hit her up. Say, look, I'm thinking about this. What do you think about this? I'm sure she would love to be engaged in some of those conversations as well. So we're going to give your social media handles again, and how they can get this wonderful book.
Yes, so you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at author Morgan, B as in boy, Holland. On my website, www.themergebook.com. And I'm also on Amazon. So The Merge, Love Yourself to Freedom is on Amazon today.
That is so fantastic. So, and it's also about the young people. If she does things like she's doing, y'all can do it too. You can write books. You can do anything that you want to do. It's all about the children, but also the veterans and also the seniors. Always got to throw them in there. We got to look out for them. But tonight is all about Morgan. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it. We're going to just say, in the community network, any closing remarks?
Oh, I just want to let you know that The Merge is on sale, and book 2 is coming out in January. So hurry up and get this copy so you can be right on schedule for when the second one comes out.
There you go. That's right. And I'm going to say we are out of here. Make sure that you tune into DCN Entertainment, DC Nightlife. We have an event coming up where it's all about the kids. Awesome. 5th Annual Comedy with a Purpose Toy Drive and Awards Reception. Go on Eventbrite, look for that, and help support the kids and the homeless. We're going to be giving blankets to the homeless. So we're out of here. This is an exclusive, guys, compliments of In the Community Networks and DC Nightlife. I'm out of here. J.V. Jones and Morgan B Holland.
B Holland, yes.
B, don't forget the B. I'm out of it. Thank you so much, sweet.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Yes. Thank you so much.